Here's one of the bonanzas I fly, and here's the bearing we're going to take today. Shout out to Mark Nacer, the Columbus, Ohio driver that I meet up in Beckley. Just thought I'd give you a quick little tour of the bearing. We'll walk around. I'm going to set my stuff down here. We're going to open up the back. It's got the nice club doors, big openings, it's double doors. So I can open them both up. Okay, give plenty of access, easy to get in and out of. There's actually one of the seats I have removed. You can remove it to give you extra storage. So I'll set my stuff down. And you can actually spin those two seats around forward facing if you prefer to have everybody facing forward. But anyways, there you go. That's a look, and there's a nice writing desk that you can pull out and use in flight. I'm gonna walk around and show you guys a couple of other features about the bearing that's nice. It's the baggage compartment up in the nose. We've got this big baggage compartment right here to put plenty of stuff. I mean, you can really load it up, and it helps with the weight and balance. I'm gonna check the oil real quick while I'm here. We'll look, see where we're at. 10.5 on that side. Close this door. Walk around. We've got a radar in the nose. She's a little dirty from the last flight. All these bugs, man. It's bug season. Check this side. We're about 11 on this side. So 10.5 on 11. I usually like to keep it above 10. Our fuel. We've got little external fuel gauges, sight gauges on each wing. We're looking at about probably 140 a side, maybe 130 to 140 gallons total. I think I said that wrong. So they're about 65 to 70 gallons per tank. So it's got external, this has got the long range tanks, 97 usable, 100 gallons, 200 gallons total. 97 usable per side. I'm really getting all over my plane here. I don't know if that's lint, but anyways, here we go. And that is the compressor for the air conditioner that comes out on the left engine. And that's basically it. We've got pneumatic boots on the tail and on the wings for de-icing. All the big pieces are there. I'm gonna turn off my camera and get it all set up for the flight portion. I'm gonna try using that tripod this time, see if that works. So you guys stay tuned and enjoy the ride. All right, guys, welcome aboard. I'm gonna clip my mic here to my shirt for a second. We're going to shove everything forward. Everything forward. Let's aim this down. Get this going. Sorry about the lack of smoothness there. I'm going to prime the left engine. There it goes till it peaks out. Off. Throttle back. We're going to crank the left. Clear on the left. Get our air conditioner on the left. We're going to prime the right until it peaks. There it goes. Throttle back. Crank the right, clear on the right. Alright, oil pressure's coming up. Get our avionics on. Put on my headset. Relocate the mic. There. All right. We'll get our avionics going. Lean our mixers back a little bit. So you guys can see that.
Pause system test. Okay.
Bye. Alright, we're going to load up our flight plan. I'll do it over here so you guys can see. Hopefully you can see. I'm going to hit flight plan. It already defaults to Greensboro because we know we're there when the GPS booted up and found its position. Put MRH. Listen to the ATIS while we're doing it.
Visibility 10.
Even though I've got it digitally.
2 clouds at 25,000.
Just for your benefit.
Temperature 26. 2.18.
R.
Altimeter 2988. Visual approach
Enter.
23 right. 23 left in use.
Uncursor it.
Notices to airmen. AITC reduced staffing in effect. Additional services provided when
Raise our power back on our right engine's a little high.
Runway 14. 32 closed.
Our parking brake.
Taxiway Charlie 1 closed. Taxiway
Next
Charlie
thing I'm going to do,
between runway 32 and citation.
head over. I'm going to set our initial altitude of 3,000 feet. 3,000, I'm going to hit the go-around button to pull up our flight director. They're using runway 23, so I'll set that. Even though I'm going to ask for 5. I don't know if they give it to me. I kind of doubt it goes wrong way.
The approach end of runway 23 right and portion of traffic pattern parallel to the approach end of runway 23 right.
Clearance off. I've got a PDC clearance.
Northeast 200 feet above ground level.
Our squawk code, I'm going to type in
runway hold short instruction.
7236. 72.
Contact ground on 121.9 for
21.9 for our clearance. Taxi instructions. We have Delta.
Advise on initial contact. You have information Delta.
2988. We'll set the altimeter setting.
Information Delta 125.
2988. 2988.
Wind.
Uncage that.
Smoke 7, contact her.
Visibility 10.
Alright, we've listened to enough of that. Our oil temperatures are in the green, so we can go ahead and do our run up. I'm going to run them both up to about 1,700 RPMs. More on my left. Somewhere close to 17. We're going to check the mags. Drops, back to both. Other side, about the same, back to both. We're going to go to the right engine. Drop, back to both. Same, back to both. Alright, now we're going to run it up to 2,200 RPMs and cycle the prop. And I'm holding the yoke so it doesn't flap around back there. They both cycle. Then I'm going to go to 1,500 RPMs. We're going to do the feather check. And I'm going to pull it past this little gate to feather it. And I'm going to do it quickly because you don't want it to drop more than 300 RPMs. If it dropped, they both feathered, so that's good. And hit the annunciator panel light push button over here on the far left, and it just checks those annunciators, those lights, make sure everything's working. Right to back to an idle. Alright, and then I'm going to get you guys positioned so hopefully you can see out. Wow, this is so jerky. One of my friction locks must be. Alright, anyways, here we go. I'm going to crank you guys up. You can see where we're going. Alright. Still recording. Ground bearing 683 Delta Delta is ready to taxi from Corey with Delta. Wondering if I can get 5 right if you don't have any traffic.
Bearing 683 Delta Delta, runway 23 left, taxi via make it Alpha and Kilo, crossing runway 14 Kilo.
Alpha Kilo going to 23 left and cross 14 on Kilo 683 Delta Delta. I don't think he even considered my question. Alright. hopefully this stays. I'm going to try to be real smooth. I don't have anything strapping it down because when I put the seatbelt on here, I pull in the tripod over. So we're going to go with it. See, we may have to change the mount. Hope I'm still recording. Hope my audio is still coming in. Alright, if we zoom in on our chart, our safe taxi, I'm going to tilt you guys down so you guys can see better. We're on Alpha, we're going to turn left on Kilo, and we're going down here to the beginning of 23 left. I just tweak our power settings to keep it around 1,000 RPM. That's good.
760 Bravo Squad 013.
Alright, we're crossing 3-2. We'll get our strobes on. Even though it is a closed runway, I like to look, make sure no one's coming. I don't see anybody from the left, clear on the right. We're crossing. So we're clear. There's Smokey the Bear crossing or on the runway doing his inspections, I guess. All right, and you can see my little airplane moving. It's got me on the chart, right? Moving down Kilo. Hope you guys are doing well. Should be a good flight.
Green ground, Smokey 7's Alpha 5 right on Alpha.
Smokey 7, stay request.
Like to proceed down to Alpha. Left turn on Alpha 2 to the Curry ramp.
Smoky 7, proceed as requested.
Smoky 7, roger, proceeding as requested. Alpha 2 to the Curry ramp.
A little crooked because I was looking down, looking up for where I could put a bungee cord or something to hold that better, but thank goodness for air conditioning. It's warm out there already today. We're truly very blessed to be flying airplanes that have air conditioning because a lot of small GA airplanes don't necessarily have air conditioning. It's extra weight, robs a little bit of power from the engines. And if you go up high enough, you can get the cool air. So usually it's not a factor, but when you're on the ground is when you really need it and appreciate it.
Alpha 2 to the Curry ramp.
Smoky 7, ready.
Alright, I was watching my power, trying to get them 1,000. We'll get back on the center line. We're going to see how smoothly I can do this so my tripod doesn't tip over because it's not really anchored down. It's just kind of sitting there. One leg is on the floor, 2 legs are on the seat. But I wanted it up here closer to the dash so hopefully you guys can see better my instrumentation. Maybe en route when I do the leaning for our cruise power. I'll be able to demonstrate that a little better if you guys can see what I'm doing. There's Kilo 5, Kilo 6 is the beginning. Almost there. This is why I wanted to take off on 5 instead of 2-3. Avoid this long taxi. As we all know, we'd rather be flying than taxiing, right? any place he would give us any taxi instructions. So I'm going to flip to tower. 26.6 is our departure frequency. We'll put that in the standby. 26.6, you guys can see it over there. As I tuned it over here on the left, it's tuning it on both displays. The one that's green is the one I'm talking on. The one in the white is the standby. Greensboro Tower, bearing 683 Delta Delta is ready for departure, 23 left.
November 683 Delta Delta, Greensboro Tower, turn left heading 170, runway 23 left, clear for takeoff.
Okay, 170, clear for takeoff, 23 left, 683 Delta Delta. All right, we're going to get our lights. I've already set my heading bug. I don't know if you guys can see that in that frame or not. We got our lights on, mixture's coming rich. Actually, I'm going to lean them just a little because they're probably going to be about there for takeoff. We'll see. Air conditioning's coming off, but we can leave the blower on. One's coming, clear on the left. We'll get on the runway. Here we go. We're going to try to do it nice and smoothly so you guys don't tip over. Power's coming up. Nice and symmetrical. Alright, full power. And I'll set power on my mixtures a little bit. Airspeed's alive. Alright, through 85. Here we go. Positive rate, gears coming up, lights coming off. Yaw dampener on. Lower prospect at 25. Keep it nice and quiet.
Traffic.
He's on the ground over there. See him on the chart. We get through 400 feet above the ground. We're going to hit our heading. We'll turn to 170.
November 683 Delta Delta, contact departure.
Over to departure, 3 Delta Delta, good day. We'll flip. I'm shallowing my climb to 700 foot a minute.
November 7643 Golf radar contact, 7 southwest of the Shiloh Airport.
I'm still hand flying right now.
Altitude indicates 3,500. Expect 23 right, advise field in sight.
Roll out on our heading.
November 43 Golf, throwing the straight in for 23
I'm just
right.
waiting for an opening so I can check in. Greensboro departure, bearing 683 Delta Delta is 2,000, climbing 3,000, 170 on the heading.
November 683 Delta Delta, Greensboro departure, rate of contact, climb maintain 7,000.
7,000, 3 Delta Delta. Alright, he's got 7 is set. We're trimming it out as we fly, as we climb, and when we accelerate. I'm doing 700 foot a minute, about 150 knots indicated.
November 3 Delta Delta, turn left direct Moorhead.
Okay, left direct Moorhead, 3 Delta Delta. So I'll bug my heading over there first. Alright, and we'll crank you guys over this way. Bug my heading bug first, then I'm going to hit direct, enter, and then I'm going to hit nav. And now my flight director is telling me what to do to stay on that course. Even though I'm still hand flying, the enunciators are telling me what modes I'm in. I'm in GPS mode, yaw damp's on, vertical speed set at 700 per minute, and I'm going to 7,000. The altitude select is engaged. Alright. We're well on our way. I'm going to recenter it up one more time. It's overshot a little bit while I was talking. Alright, we can get our air conditioner back on. Then as we climb, here, I'm going to turn on the autopilot just so I can start to talk and chew gum at the same time. Then I'm going to aim you guys down.
Greensboro approach, November 390.
You guys can see that, the little blue markers, because I pulled my props back to 2490 and then back up to 25. Puts it in a cruise climb, and I can confirm that. Make sure I'll pull it back to 2490. Okay, 2490. It's in a cruise climb. So as we climb, the little markers will get lower and lower, telling you to lean the engine with the mixture control. So I'm going to lean those to match those little blue markers. And you just, I mean, it's very, very sensitive. I'm just barely moving them.
November 9 Charlie Delta, contact Atlanta Center 12515.
Now we're matched up. And we just monitor that as we climb. Throttles, in all these later model Bonanzas with the 550s, you can run it wide open all the way to altitude. What I'm doing, I'm just running a wide open throttle. Because the G1000 is calculating wide open throttle for those mixture settings. I'll center my heading bug. That's it for a while. We're gonna, you guys look, we'll look out the window here. Let's pan out to the side here. Right over to the left. Crank you guys up here.
Greensboro, Piedmont 5014, 11,000, heading 050.
That is Random and Dam over there.
Piedmont 5014, Greensboro approach, altimeter 2990.
2990, 5014.
Piedmont 5014, they have you direct Greensboro or direct Roanoke?
Neither. They got us on a heading of 050.
That is my sideways. Okay, I'm trying to figure out which knobs do what to try to make it smooth transition.
Number 60 Bravo, contact Winston Tower.
I'm going to crank you guys down low, so hopefully you can see the panel better. Okay. Yeah, I'll look away for a minute. It's gradually tapering. I mean, it doesn't have to be exact, but it's giving me a guide to set maximum, either maximum continuous power, which would be if I just pulled it back to 25, go back to 2490. You can go back up to 25 if you'd like. Puts it in a cruise power setting. Maximum. It's like a cruise, because I'm doing a cruise climb at 700 foot a minute. Actually, now that I'm higher, I'm going to shallow it out to 500 foot a minute. We got a little bit of a tailwind, 10 knots.
14. There is an area of moderate precipitation just off your left side and a mile. Are you picking that up?
I don't know what he's talking about.
Negative. We got clear skies up here.
Okay, yeah, it could be a anomalous propagation, I guess.
Alright, there's our XM weather.
In Piedmont,
there's some stuff popping up.
Roanoke.
So hopefully that doesn't move too fast. I think it's moving eastbound. Hopefully it's moving like the winds aloft, moving southeast bound, so it's moving away from us. That would be nice. I'll zoom out a little more. There's a little weather offshore from Beaufort.
280 for clean up on straight in. Thank you.
We'll get closer. I'll zoom in on our destination. We'll zoom in right on Beaufort. Doesn't look too awful bad, intense. I think it's moving offshore too. All right. So far so good. I'll lean my mixtures a little bit more again as we're climbing. Oh, I went a little too far. Said they're very sensitive. I mean, you're almost just thinking about it moving. I'm just barely almost touching them. There's a friction lock here on the side that you can tighten up. Now that we're cooled off outside air temperature, I'm going to turn my air conditioner off.
5014, cross 40 miles south of Roanoke at and maintain 9,000.
They're about 60 something degrees here at 6,000 feet.
And maintain 9,000 Piedmont 5014.
Number 9 Papa Romeo, descend and maintain 6,000.
6,000, 39 Papa Romeo.
November 3 Delta Delta, contact Raleigh approach 132.35, good day.
3235, 3 Delta Delta, good day. Alright, so now we're handed off to Raleigh.
November 406 Alpha.
Because as we move, radios are line of sight, so we're moving into other people's sectors and airspace. I'll check in with Riley. Next controller.
478 heavies.
So I'm trying to wait for almost up on that guy.
Runway heading.
FedEx 478 heavy, rally departure, radar contact, climb maintain 12,000.
12,000, FedEx 478 heavy.
Raleigh approach, bearing 683 Delta Delta 6.4, climbing 7,000.
683 Delta Delta, Raleigh approach, Raleigh altitude is 2987.
2987, 3 Delta Delta. 87, so I'll set the new altimeter setting, set it on the standby. As we move around the country, pressures change as we're flying towards low pressure, high pressure. We have to adjust it to correct our altimeter for non-standard pressures. That's what we did.
November 406 Alpha, turn left.
22 knot tailwind, so my ground speed's 194 knots over the ground as I'm climbing, and I'm still climbing, so I'll accelerate once I get up there. All right, that was the beep for 200 feet to go. We're just going to let him accelerate a bit. So here comes our 7,000. 7,000 is captured. I'm going to hit my engine button, hit my lean button. Actually, one of my probes is X'd out, meaning it's not picking up. It's a number 5 cylinder head temperature. Exhaust gas temperature number 5 on the right side is out.
478, thanks.
But anyways, we're nice and cool. 180 degrees, 170 something degrees, so we're nice and cool. So I can close the cowl flaps. The cowl flaps are just little flaps on the cowling of the engines, open and close, and you leave them open to let a lot of air over the engine during the climb phase. Since we're going faster, we don't need to do that. You got plenty of air going over it.
FedEx 478 heavy, contact Washington Center on 135.2.
So now, what I'm going to do,
FedEx 478 heavy,
we are 12 degrees above standard.
November 6 Bravo Lima, turn left heading 320.
So I'm going to try to see if you guys can see this chart. This is the chart I'm using. It's the 20 degrees lean. I'm going to run lean of peak on a 25-inch or wide open throttle on 2,500 RPMs. Basically, I'm just going to look on this chart. I'm at 7,000 feet. I have to interpolate on this chart and interpolate on this chart and then interpolate between the two of them to come up with the number.
November 6 Bravo Lima, make straight in
my altitude. So let me do that real quick.
And contact.
It's always good to do math while you're recording. It's tough, but we're looking at about 14.1.
November 1 Whiskey November, clear direct Liberty.
And 13.5. That'd be about 13. 13.8 is what I need based on interpolating between these two numbers, between this, because I'm at 7,000 feet, so I got to interpolate between 6 and 8, and I got to interpolate between 6 and 8 on this chart. And because our temperature is in between the two, we're going to interpolate between the two. So about 13.8 is what I came up with. So I'm going to lean them to 13.8. And I want to pull it nice and smoothly, but continuously to get past that peak, wherever that peak is, which would be 14 something, right? But we're going to continue right past it, go to 13.8. 13.8, 13.8. Right there's 13.9 on one side, 13.8 on one side, and now I'm just going to really try to tweak them both to 13.8. I'm just barely touching those. There's 13.8 aside, tighten them up, be close, 13.8. And there we go, now we've got our cruise power set. Now, we will refer to our checklist, our cruise check right here. Let me look at the camera and see if I can see that. Throttle is set. Props are set. Mixture is set. I just did that. Fuel pumps are off. They were off. Cow flaps are closed. Engine are good. De-ice we don't need. And oxygen we don't have that on board. Throttle being set is we're supposed to run below 25 inches of manifold. And at this altitude, because we're not turbocharged, we are below 25 inches. It's wide open throttle basically. That's it. And then we just monitor things. We're doing 215 knots over the ground. Truing out about 192. 192 on 13.8 aside. That's what, 27.5 gallons an hour. 192. If I ran on the ridge side of Peak, would have been. Let's see, it'd have been about
4284. If you're on this frequency, contact approach 124.95.
Roger. We'll be around 16 gallons an hour per side. So that'd be 3, about another 5 gallons an hour to go about 10 knots faster.
950 Juliet Sierra, climb maintain 12,000.
10 knots on this short of a trip.
Clear direct Eagers and Roswell departure.
You're talking just minutes. I mean, I'd have to do the math to figure it out. You're talking just a few minutes. For 5 extra gallons at $5 a gallon, $25. So we save $25. Cost us maybe a minute, 2 minutes, you know, at the most. Plus,
November 77 Charlie.
Main reason we are running Lena Peak isn't really so much for the fuel saving. I mean, because that's nice. But you bought an airplane to go fast, and we want to get down there quickly.
Switching to 118.
The main reason we run Lena Peak is we've determined, and all the, you know, obviously there's so much controversy on whether Lena Peak, Richer Peak. It's kind of a Ford versus Chevy thing, the argument. Exhaust temperature gauge come back, but look how high it is. So it's obviously just wacky. So I wouldn't trust that one.
Southwest 565.
But our cylinder head temperatures run much cooler when we're on the lean side of Peak. We've proven that time and time again in several videos where we've run it Lena Peak for a while, I'll run it Richer Peak for a while, and if you just watch, the temperatures will trickle. If we're running Richer Peak, they'll trickle back up, or if I started at Richer Peak and went to Lena Peak, they'll trickle back down. It's considerable. I think it's 10 or 15 degrees cooler. So, for what it's worth, we're going to try it. We ran Richer Peak on the other engines. Every annual, we were going through cylinders. It didn't really make it to annual. I mean, make it to TBO. We were 16. We were close. We didn't really quite make it all the way. 1650. We're 50 hours or so shy.
There's 72 Whiskey Tango.
And the left engine was puking out oil like crazy. And we don't even, you know, he didn't even determine where. He just sent it back. I would have liked to know. But, oh well. Too late now. My point being is we ran that one Richer Peak thinking more gas, keeping things cool, but it wasn't keeping things cooler.
Southwest 565, contact to Washington Center, 11 correction.
Oh, to be determined.
135.2.
Okay, 135.2, Southwest 565, have a great day.
1 Whiskey.
They're showing some precip up ahead. Looking out the window, I don't really see anything.
You broke again.
It's a little hazy.
1 Whiskey November.
1 Whiskey November, contact Greensboro approach 126.6.
Crank you guys up.
26.6, good day, 1 Whiskey November.
Crank you guys up so you can see out the window. Hey, it's just hazy looking out there, but I don't know. We'll see when we get closer. Crank you guys back down. My goal is to mostly show you guys some panel shots here. I'm going to get my That's going to get my radar going. I don't know if it's really necessary. There goes storms offshore, some nasty stuff. There's 37 miles. I'll turn on the radar just to show you guys. This is my traffic page. Nothing showing up in our little mile ring. Here's my radar. I'm going to hit the mode button. Let me tip you guys down so you guys can see. Hopefully the sun. Hit the mode button. Hit weather. And that turns it on. And it's got a 60-second warm-up. It's going to count down. I can leave this page while it's warming up. I'll go to the next page, which is my XM weather page. Even though I got the same weather on the main map page.
683 Delta, traffic 10 o'clock and 8 miles westbound. Altitude indicates 6,500 type of number.
All right, we'll be looking 3 Delta Delta. 10 o'clock, 8 miles. So he's out here somewhere. He's not showing up on our... Alright, so either the guy doesn't have ADS-B or... $6,500. So we'll keep our eyes peeled.
Bonanza 3152 Echo.
Hopefully he'll call them out as we get closer. I'll come back to that page.
Or November 7267-5.
It's our weather page, and then the last page is our terrain page. If we're in the mountains, we might watch that one carefully. We're going to leave it on a 40-mile scale, and I'm tipped up at about 10 degrees up. We'll get a little closer. That's showing about 40 miles. We'll get a little closer, so that's it, well within our range. We'll see if it shows up.
November 72675 radar contact.
I'm not seeing the traffic. I'm still watching out the window while I'm talking, just so you guys know.
3,000. He said you want to go.
There he goes on our scale. I'll zoom in. 300 below us, off to our left. He shouldn't be a factor, but you know, when it's hazy like this, even though he's only, what, 3-4 miles off, I do not see him.
Set a GPS 2-1, sir.
Traffic is really unbelievably hard to find when it's hazy like this. You'll be surprised how close you have to be. Sometimes see it. Sometimes you'll spot it.
November 72675, turn right direct to Ozo.
That's another reason nice to have all this technology helping us out. Another reason I file an IFR flight plan is so I have them helping with traffic, because it's not always easy to spot.
3152 Echo Raleigh.
If I am on an IFR flight plan, even though it's severe clear right now,
Up Raleigh at 7,500, request VFR.
So we are responsible for looking out the window when we can see outside. We definitely are responsible.
36.
Next thing I'm going to do, while I'm just sitting here doing nothing,
you said Whiskey 905, correct?
hit the flight plan button. I'm going to set an altitude in here for Beaufort. Since Beaufort is sea level, I will put 0 there. We want to be at 0 feet at the airport. And the reason being, it's going to give me a nice vertical descent profile. It'll do the math for me, so I don't have to. I'll set 500 foot a minute, figure out a flight path angle of minus 1.4 degrees based on our current ground speed. Back out of that, and now it's got a TOD, which stands for top of descent. That's when we will need to start down at 500 foot a minute to wind up at the airport without having to do any kind of crazy descent. Anyways, we've got 19 knots behind us now.
For 726-755 miles.
It's nice going this way.
Ozo 3,100 clear practice.
That means it's going to be slow go going back.
2-1 at San Fernando County Airport.
We get a little bumps here at 7. We might come back at 8. I filed 6, but we might come back at 8 to get above some of the thermals, the heat.
For Charlie Hotels, contact Washington Center 124.05.
2405.
Now that precip is inside our 37-mile arc. We'll go to our radar and look. It's not really painting anything, just barely. I don't actually see anything. It just must be really moisture, I don't know, humidity. Fake returns. Who knows?
3152 Echo, radar contact to 3 miles northeast of Raleigh, 7,500.
52 Echo, thanks.
Alright. Next thing I'm going to do is plug in some power to the camera. Give me a little charge. I'm hoping this does not make any noise.
3152 Echo, recycle transponder.
Since it's not through the intercom, right?
26.
What I'm thinking.
52 Echo, please say again, altimeter.
Right.
4626, squawk 4626.
We're still recording.
4626, 52 Echo, thanks.
Number 22 Alpha Delta, Raleigh departure, radar contact, climb and maintain.
Raleigh should be handing me off to Seymour Johnson here shortly. We're beyond Raleigh, and then Seymour Johnson's right here, so we're kind of right on the cusp.
Number 22 Alpha Delta, clear direct Wilmington. 3 at Delta Delta, if you haven't already, contact Seymour 121.17.
Okay, 2117, 3 Delta Delta, good day. I hadn't, because he didn't tell me to. Unless I missed it. You guys call me out if I missed it. Maybe I was busy talking. Seymour approach, Baron 683 Delta Delta, 7000.
Baron 683 Delta Delta, Seymour approach, Seymour altimeter 2983, good morning.
2983, 3 Delta Delta, good morning. So we'll set 83 in there. 83, we'll set it on this one on our standby. And then I'm going to go over here on the waypoint page. There's Beaufort's information. I'm actually going to flip weather, the ASOS 3530, it was already in there from the last trip. We're going to hit weather tab on the soft keys down here. Weather, and now it tells me the weather. The weather's 210 at 4 knots, 10 miles visibility, sky. Temperature 29, dew point 296, altimeter 2984. So pretty close to the same altimeter I've got now. She's calling it 83, they're calling it 84. 29 degrees Celsius, which basically if you double it, add 30 is the way I do it. Double it and add 30. So if I double it, that would be what, 60, 58. 58 plus 30 is 88. So 88 degrees. Nice and toasty. There's only a 3-degree spread between the dew point and the temperature. I mean, it's kind of moist. A little humid, probably. Even though we don't get humidity reports on this, but you can kind of figure out the dryness of the air based on the temperature dew point spread. And that's it for now. We're going to be down there at 10:22. We've got 26 minutes to go. We're doing 210 knots over the ground.
November 4,
and that's running Lena Beach, so we'd be doing
119.35. Have a good morning.
25 or so if we was Richard Peak. I'll probably run Richard Peak on the way back home because we're fighting a headwind. We'll see what the winds are up higher. They're probably stronger. We'll see. I'll look when I get on the ground. The latest. Let's look out the window. Yeah, let's look out the window. There, my little. There we go. The camera's not super level either. My tripod's not real level right here. Like a big beanbag or something. I'll probably crank you guys up for the landing. We'll see if I can get a better view coming in. There's my panel. Having difficulty remember which lever cranks gives the tension on each little. Move you guys back to this panel. Try to get a view of both. I'm hoping that's good. Make sure, well, I spoke too soon. I was going to say it's been staying rock steady at 13.8 and it just jumped up 13.9. It's toggling right there, but we're good. When my weather starts coming in, the ATOS, you'll see a little RX, meaning receive. Start showing up. Well, listen, there you go. It's starting to come in. Get a little bit closer. I'm actually going to change my descent profile to 400 foot a minute. There's our top of descent. I'd like a nice shallow descent, mainly because this thing, with the new engines, it is hard to slow down. If I pull them back, we don't want to shock cool the engines, so we don't want to pull the power back too much, because then you're taking away a lot of heat that the engines are generating, you know, just from power, just from basically gassing on it. So if you pull it back to an idle, you're no longer producing that heat. We've got real hot engines, hot cylinder heads, with relatively cool air going over it. Even if it's 100 degrees, that's relatively cool compared to the temperature of the engine. You run the risk of cracking cylinders. It happens quite easily. So we don't want to take all the heat away when we're going downhill. So I try not to pull the power back too much. You definitely want to keep it in the green arc, which is right at the 15-inch manifold, which is kind of standard for most pistons. Around 15 inches is usually the bottom of the green. I like to, before we got the new engines, I used to pull it back to 20 inches, do 500 foot a minute, and that would keep my same airspeed. I would not accelerate. I'd just keep the same continuous airspeed all the way down. I'd just keep it 20 inches, 500 foot a minute. And then when I leveled off, I'd keep it at 20 or maybe 18 inches. And I would gradually slow my gear speed of 152 in the Bear, 154 in the Bonanza. But now with these new engines, the power differential between the old and the new is unreal. I can pull it back to like 16 inches level, and you're down around 2,000 feet or whatever, and you're trying to slow, and it just takes forever, because you're still developing quite a bit of horsepower and torque, even at that low power setting. It's difficult to slow down, and is what I'm getting at. So you have to plan a little bit more than we used to. I would obviously still plan previously, not shock cooling.
Seymour approach, Cirrus 22.
They got to do it in such a way not to get too fast.
Delta Seymour approach, Seymour altimeter 2983. Good morning.
So as we get down to pattern altitude, we're going to just have to fly around for a while to slow down. problem is that 152 is my gear speed and my flaps approach speed. So I can't even hang anything out in the wind to give me some drag. If I'm, pulled the power back and I'm cruising along like a 170, it's difficult to lose that 20 knots or 18 knots. I'll try to show you what I mean when we get down there. I'll try to plan accordingly. But if you're just not paying attention, or ATC keeps you a little high, it can be tricky. If they kept me real high for too long, just for whatever reason, I may actually, while I'm waiting for my descent, pull the power back slow to that 152, and then get a notch of flaps, approach flaps for the descent, which is not our norm, but it will help with slowing down without having to go past the airport or fly around any, The other issue is, if we have passengers on board, I try not to do more than 500 foot a minute in the descent, just for passenger comfort, for your inner ears, pressure difference changes. By myself, I don't mind, but if you go down steeper, you're going to go faster. It's hard to go slow with a steep descent. I hope that makes sense. Never put my phone to airplane mode. I'm just hopeful. I've got a rubber band around the cord holding it into the GoPro. I got another little rubber bungee thing holding the audio cord into the GoPro adapter. I'm using an external mic that goes into my earphones, just sitting in the ear cup instead of using the intercom. That plug out of the equation. Looking good. We're getting closer to our top of descent. All that weather offshore is kind of fizzled out, right? That was the weather that was right near the airport. Lots of lightning and that stuff, though. We would not be trying to go through that. Look at that whole line of lightning all through there. One little bolt of lightning means it's a thunderstorm, and we're not going to fool with it. We don't fool with thunderstorms. Seymour approach bearing 683 Delta Delta. I'd like a slow descent into Beaufort if we could. If we start down.
Number 683 Delta Delta, descend and maintain 5,000.
Okay, 5,000, 3 Delta Delta. So I'm going to use the big knob to crank my altitude down to 2 clicks to 5,000 foot a minute. And I will hit vertical speed and hit down 3 clicks for 300. I'll do 4 clicks for 400. And then I'm going to pull my throttles back to 20 inches of manifold pressure, right? Just for now. Since we're ahead of the curve, I don't have to get crazy with pulling it back. A little free ground speed out of this. Since we paid for it on the climb, we like to get a little something in the descent, We'll let it accelerate a little bit. Weather's coming in. We'll listen to it.
Smithfield, Beaufort, North Carolina. Automated weather observation 1405 Zulu. Wind 170 at 06. Visibility 10.
We're probably still using 2.1. I'll listen to it when we get a little closer, when it comes in a little clearer. It's a little staticky because we're so far out. So that's not my audio problems. That's the radios because we're far out. All right, I'm going to hit the procedure button. Actually, I'll do it over here so you guys can see a little better. I'll hit the procedure button. It says select approach. I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to use my outer knob to scroll down.
3 Delta Delta, contact share point approach 119.35.
1935, 3 Delta Delta. Good day. What's that, 1935? We'll switch. I'll check in real quick and then I'll come back to that. Cherry point approach, bearing 683 Delta Delta, 6.4, descending 5,000.
Bearing 683 Delta Delta, good morning, Chevron approach, Chevron altimeter 2983, Hey, approach West Moorhead.
2983, a visual will be fine for us.
Baron 3 Delta Delta, roger, expect the visual approach more ahead.
3 Delta Delta. Alright, so he's asking me what approach I wanted, because he assumes I've already checked the weather. But we haven't got it yet. But anyways, I'm going to use the outer knob to scroll down to runway 21. And that's an LNAV plus V approach. I'll hit enter to select that.
We'll spec runway 4, Blue Streak.
Vectors is fine. Normally if we're going to do the real approach, I would load an initial approach. So, but since we're just visual today, I'm going to hit vectors. And that's just going to draw me a nice center line. If I was doing the approach for real, I would put in some minimums. I'd turn the barrow and then turn it, but we don't need to put minimums in since it's very clear. And then I hit enter one more time to load it. And now it loaded it. And then I hit flight plan to get back out of that. And now it's loaded. It gives me a nice center line. If we get a little bit lower, closer to my 5, I will ask him to keep, if I can keep my descent going. Right now 6,000 is fairly comfortable. It's showing 16 degrees on my digital one, about 68 or so on this one. 16 is what? 32, 62 degrees or so, 60 something degrees. I think it's going to be warming up though, so by the time we turn around and come back, I might want a little higher coming back. Just get the cooler air.
Baron 683 Delta Delta is going to maintain 4,000.
Okay, 4,000, 3 Delta Delta. He already gave me 4, so I'll set 4. Now my new altitude is selected. Perfecto. Must not be much traffic down here too. I'm going to go ahead and put in my standby 22.8, which is the local Unicom frequency.
3 Delta Delta, continue down to 2,200.
Okay, down to 2,000, was it 200 for 3 Delta Delta?
And Baron 3 Delta Delta, Tunnel Tango 090, vectors for the visual approach point. I have a regional jet at your 3 o'clock, 7 miles eastbound for New Bern.
Okay, what was the altitude again?
He's at 8,090 and we get down, so flight heading is 090. And it's going to maintain 2,600.
090, 2,600, 3 Delta Delta. He's giving me a heading, so we'll put it in heading mode, which I did real quick, and I'll tune my heading knob. And then I'm going to set 2,600 feet. These guys.
Blue Sheik 5206, turn right heading a 110.
It's a training facility down here.
1,600.
I don't think I needed to turn that far for this guy.
110.
He's above me. He's at 8.
1,600 feet. Blue Streak 5206.
I don't know where he's going. But anyways, what do you, who knows? As we get lower, we'll obviously have to look up a new power setting. So I'll look that up real quick while we're just farting around here and go down to 26. Let me just look up 2,000. 14 and a half and 14, so about 14.3.
And Blue Sheik 52.
About 14.8 probably won't get down to 14.8 aside. And that's if I'm back 25, which I might not be. We'll get it close. I don't know where this guy's going. He's just into, if he's going into New Bern, he should have had us case straight and let that guy overfly us or something. This is kind of a weird vector to keep us from conflicting. He's probably going to New Bern, so he sent me to New Bern too to stay to the left of him. Whereas we could have converged. I could have got past him and then below him. I don't know. Who knows? That's what it looks like. To me, it looks like a...
Site for District 5206.
And Blue Street 5206, clear for approach runway 4, contact Newman Tower 124.25.
But he is going to Newbern.
12425, and we're clear for the visual approach, Blue Street 5206.
This guy's got to get ahead of us. He's landing 4, so he's going straight in. He's below us now. Now he's below us, so he should turn us on course. I hope you guys can see that. I'm on. He's going into Newbern Airport, right? This is our course line straight to Gopro. I'm going to recenter it up just to... That's what we need to do to go straight to the airport. I was on course looking for 3 Delta Delta.
And bearing 3 Delta Delta, expect on course in about 4 miles.
4 miles, my goodness. This guy's going to be on the ground by then. Alright, my little altitude is flashing, meaning 1,000.
And bearing 3 Delta Delta, maintain 3,000, turn right direct Newbern.
3,000, direct Newbern, 3 Delta Delta. Alright, so we'll turn, I'll hit direct, and
that's right, direct Moorhead for 3 Delta Delta, sorry about that.
So direct Moorhead, 3 Delta Delta. He don't know what he's doing, but that's alright. See, that guy's way below us now. He's going straight to the airport. I'll gas on a little bit. We're going to gas on it 25 inches, 25, 25. $25. If I can get that, I'm trying to ease it back. $25. What do we say about 14.8?
Bearing 683 Delta Delta, contact checkpoint arrival 132.57, good day.
Okay, 3257, 3 Delta Delta, good day. We got it other guy, 3257.
Second and lost you on the snow, I pick you back up.
Checkpoint arrival, bearing 683 Delta Delta is descending 3,000.
Bearing 683 Delta Delta, approach, heavy line clear.
Alright, now I'm going to set 22.8 in here. Now we will cancel as soon as we see the airport. We'll cancel the IFR so we can just...
Security point, Skydive 1's back up on Beaufort out of 1,100 for 9,000.
Skydive 1 out in.
Alright, so he's got a skydive going in.
Verify about 3 southeast of Manning, climbing out of 3,300. 46 Fox, your radar contact, and Skydive 1, your radar contact as well.
Alright, we're going to try to beat that skydive guy in. Alright, I am going to raise you guys up. Move my... Raise you guys up. If we see any skydivers, maybe you guys can call them out to me. going. Yep, it sure looks like it. We're going to go right over Cherry Point. Trying to go fast to hurry up and beat these skydivers. He was out of 1500 climbing to 9, and he's probably in like a 182, I think. So he's probably a little slow go. I only got 3 knots of wind down here. They're 6 minutes 42 seconds out. 21 miles. Would you guys like to, and these are all nautical miles, so statue miles are actually a little longer, miles per hour is a little faster, a little bit bigger number. But 20 statue miles, how'd you like to knock that out in about 6 minutes? Or, you know, nice, huh? Flying right beside the Neuse River. There's Cherry Point down there. You guys see it over the nose?
And Cherokee 79 Romeo radar contact lost. Squawk and maintain VFR and free exchange is approved. Okay. 79 Romeo, roger.
Cherry Point arrival, Cessna 66728, 1500 to 3000. With request, just departed New Bern.
A bump there. I'm going to turn on my air conditioning.
November 66728, Cherry Point approach. Have you loud and clear, say your request.
Requesting VFR flight following, initially at 3000, then over the coast at 1000, then back over to New Bern.
728, roger.
What's that, Captain?
728, if you'd like to transition through Cherry Point's class double surface area, that is approved.
Can I do that at 2000, 6728?
That's affirmative, that's fine.
Alright, so he's letting them go through the
3 Delta Delta, descend to maintain 1600, report Smithfield in sight.
Okay, down to 1600, 3 Delta Delta, we'll call it when we get it. That was dumb, that didn't sound right, did it? I got a little tongue-tied there. But anyways, he got the message, he knew what I meant. I'm going to ease my power back. So we're going down and we got to slow down. And Cherry Point bearing 683 Delta that has Beaufort in sight. We can go ahead and cancel the IFR. How are we looking with that skydive traffic?
Well, the skydive guy, he's just now climbing out of 3700 southeast of the field. He's up to 10.5, so it'll be a little while till he gets there.
Roger. That's what we want to make sure we beat him.
Yep, and 3 Delta Delta, roger. For cancellation is received. Squawk VFR and change advisor frequency is approved. I think he's on advisor as well.
Okay, 3 Delta Delta, and we'll talk to you on the way out. Thanks.
See ya.
Alright, so I'm going to hit transponder, I'm going to hit code, oop, back, I'm going to hit VFR. I'm going to switch to advisories. And then we'll make a report when we get a little closer here. The heading, we're going to hit procedure, activate vectors to final. Beaufort traffic bearing 683 Delta Delta is about 10 miles to the northwest, inbound for landing runway 21, Beaufort. To make kind of a little general report so that skydive guy can know where we're at. think I gotta get, we'll go down.
The Greenville traffic, 4999, Embraer to the north of the field, setting up for right base, runway 20.
A little bumpy, you guys. You guys don't even have your seatbelt on over there. I hope you're okay. Put the seatbelt on, it kept tipping you guys over. I should have brought a little ratchet strap. Well, that's what I need, a very small ratchet strap or something that I can find a couple places to hook onto. Pinch it down. Would be good.
Big Greenville area traffic, Cessna 3364 Fox is gonna set up.
Alright, we're indicating about 170.
02, full stop Big Greenville.
Like I said, it's difficult to...
Big Greenville traffic, Piedmont 4999, Embraer is turning final for runway 20.
We're no factor, I'm in a 182, you guys go ahead with him.
Alright. Oh, that's my gear. There we go. There's a little micro switch in the throttle quadrant. If you pull it back too much, it goes off.
Big county traffic.
There's 2 to go.
Big county traffic, Grumman 9 Romeo with you, about 3.5 miles north of the field, southeast bound, 5,500. South County.
Yeah, Beaufort traffic, 3 Delta is on about a 5-mile right base, runway 21, Beaufort.
Big Greenville area traffic, Cessna 3364 Fox is gonna overfly the field, 1500 midfield, hook up to the left downwind runway 36.
We're slowing nicely. We're 150.
The Greenville traffic, Piedmont 4999, 5-mile final for runway 20.
You guys hang on in the kern. Go ahead and get gear, lights, flaps, autopilot's coming on. Give you guys a nice little long final. Beaufort traffic, bearing 683 Delta Delta is turning final, runway 21, Beaufort. Get our prop sync off. Here we go, we're turning final. Looking good. Speed is good for full flaps. They're moving. And indicated, mixtures are coming rich. The lights are on. 3 green, no red, lights are on, mixtures rich, flaps are full. Everything is done except for the yaw damp. Going about 105, slightly above blue line.
Beaufort traffic, 5 minutes till jumpers in the air over Beaufort, 900,000 and below, 5 minutes.
Yeah, Beaufort traffic, 3 Delta Delta, short final, runway 21, Beaufort. Alright, so we got 5 minutes to get on the ground here. Otherwise we're dodging skydivers.
500.
That's never good, is it? Alright, here we go. We're all lined up, looking good. We're gradually easing our power back to slows. Okay, yaw damp is away, so everything is done. Before landing checks is complete. The guy holding short of 26 over there.
Big Greenville area traffic, Cessna 3364 Fox is currently 1,500 feet, getting to 1,000. About 4 miles south of the field.
Power's coming off. Oh my goodness, look at there. Nice greaser. keep our yoke back, open our cow flat. And we'll roll to the end down here. Props are coming forward, mixers come back a little bit. That's our little oil pressure because it's just barely in the yellow on the low end idle side. That's normal. If we didn't have all this G1000 technology, you'd never know that it was close to the yellow arc. And Beaufort traffic bearing 683 Delta Delta is clearing runway 21. Beaufort. Alright, lights coming off. Alright, thanks for flying along with me. Hope I didn't make you guys sick. Hopefully we got some good explanations of some systems and settings and how you do different things. We will see you on the next flight. I don't know if I'll record on the way back. If there's any weather to dodge, I might get the camera out and do some recording. I'm going to record till we get on the ramp because it looks like a bunch of planes out there. I'll do that just to see. Goodness, what's going on out here? Alright, we're crossing 3-2. I don't see anybody coming on 1-4. I don't see anybody coming on 3-2. Maybe it's not that many airplanes, but it definitely looked like it from the side. All the tie-down area is full, so that's good. Hopefully they're getting some good business. Things starting to pick up. Always good to see. Alright, we will see you guys on the next ones. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Until next time.
For traffic 2 minutes, full jumpers in the air over Beaufort, 9,000 and below, 2 minutes.
Alright, well, we'll watch for this guy first. Got a beach jet in front of us. I believe it is. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.